Hello everyone and welcome back to Sweet 17 where we play Minecraft 1.17 in survival and see what happens. I'm Leo and as you can see we've had something of an upgrade in our gear. Now let's start with a map check. Not that map check. So, as you can see, things are looking a little bit different here. Which means it's time for a little tour. But first, yes, I have a diamond gear, which took a lot of enchanting and trading to put together. I also have 2 great picks, almost perfect. Only efficiency 4, but it's great. And as you can see, I like naming my enchanted picks so I know instantly which one I'm putting into my hand. Now, we've seen the barn before, but it has now been expanded to include our little piggy friends. And over here we have a lot of chickens who are producing eggs. Our forge slash smithy is still without walls, and we should probably remove the fence that used to be our chicken pen before. Fortunately, I have a lot of axes. You might also notice we've gained a new crop. It used to be just wheat and potatoes, but I finally got a carrot from a zombie, and of course now I have a carrot field. Now this is where our bees used to be, which was fine at the time, but we've now gone and made a new, well, it's a greenhouse, but it's also a bee house. Let's go say hi. So here we have a lot of flowers. I don't put too high flowers here because they block my view and I really don't like that. And a ton of bee nests. Are you stuck? Oh, I think he's stuck. Well, I can't help you. So each one of these has a campfire under a trapdoor, so I can collect all the honey whenever I need to, assuming I have shares, which I don't at the moment, so no honey today. I'll come back later. And since we have the walls and ceiling, our bees aren't wandering off into the great distance and getting lost in the forest. And well, I made it look as much like a greenhouse as I could, with glass walls and glass ceiling and everything. Stop getting stuck. I don't want to turn the walls into full glass, but I will if I have to. Here, as you can see, I've been growing some giant spruce trees for wood. Not for building though, mostly I've been making sticks. Because as you can see, our villager trading hall is getting big. Here's one more accessory to it. Our fox powered berry farm, which as you can see is producing a lot of sweet berries without us having to do anything. And here we have the reason for all the sticks and berries and other stuff. The ceiling decoration is supposed to look like an emerald, but well, it will look like it once all the copper has oxidized. At the moment it's something in between. But I got villagers. I brought in 2 from a nearby village, and these are the original 2 who have a very nice little bedroom with trapdoors in the ceiling so I can toss down potatoes whenever I need more. This middle section is very much a work in progress. Once I get potions going, I'm hoping to make a zombifying station in here somewhere, which will be a challenge because I've never done that before. But here are our next villagers. This gap in the bedroom floor with glass panes means that any baby villagers that are crossing the room will fall down and the water will bring them here. Well, all the adult villagers can't fall down that gap, so our original pair stays in the room. And here the babies grow up, and once they are adults, we can send down the cart and then either wait or nudge one of them into the cart, which will bring that villager up to the top floor. Here we can set the trade before the villager gets freed from the cart, and then they head over to their workstation, and I close the gate, and that's where they're staying. So some of these villagers are mostly for emerald farming, like the butcher and the Fletcher, which is where all my sticks are going. I can't wait to have bamboo, which will make this so much more efficient. But for now, well, giant process. There's also our farmer, and I really need to set up a good pumpkin and melon farm. But for now, that's in the future. Our first one was cartographer, who buys paper and then sells maps. Not that we need more than one of each, but well, it's a guaranteed paper trade, so that's why we start there. We also have a couple of librarians. This one is Aqua Affinity, not very useful, but well. Then we have Mending, a great, very important librarian. Some feather falling, which I still need to get from my boots. Here is Protection 4, very expensive, but then I don't need that often. And finally, Silk Touch and Unbreaking Tree, which is a great trade, especially since it's later in the tree. So I had no way of knowing this is going to come up, but boy am I glad it did. I still need at least a Fortune librarian before I'm quite satisfied with my librarians. But that's going to be sometime later. At the moment I have my one Fortune pickaxe, and that's a good start. Also, I really like having a full completion of smiths. So we have the armorer, who now sells diamond gear, as we can see. We have the weaponsmith, so we can renew our diamond swords. And we have a toolsmith for shovels and pickaxes. This might seem like a lot of trouble. Oh yeah, and we apparently have a new villager. We'll set him up later. This might seem like a lot of trouble, but it means I can have new diamond gear anytime without having to worry about using up all my diamonds with backups. of course then we'll go and disenchant those stuff and get better enchants. I still need to get good enchants on my sword, as you can see. It has nothing at the moment. Bin of arthropods, no, and knockback 1 is really not what I want. Let's see if a book would give us anything better. Sharpness 3 might not be a bad thing. I mean, it is a very early weapon, so even just sharpness would help. And of course I already have a Mending Buddhist book set aside to make it better. So you can see our lava farm has expanded and we now have a dripstone farm too. Not that I currently have much use of dripstone, but well, it's good to be prepared. Sooner or later I will find a use for them as decorations if nothing else. Now our skeleton farm has been modified a bit, in that there is a button to the side, and if we activate it, it will dispense some lava at the head of the skeletons. So basically this could be used as an AFK item farm. I haven't used it much, mostly because, well, I have plenty of skeleton drops from the times I've been using this manually. But it's good to know it's can open. I've also found a zombie spawner just over the river, so I'm vaguely planning on making another farm over there. Not that there are any specific zombie drops I'm looking for, but well, if there a farm isn't that much trouble to make, and it's good to have variety. Now we'll cross the barnyard underground. So I can show you that there's basically nothing new to show here in the mine. I started doing some branch mining, which ended up with me going on an adventure down the tunnels, and then I died and lost my first god pig, and that wasn't fun. Oh, and we have a zombie villager here stored for whenever we get poison stuff going, which won't be for a little while because there's a lot of other stuff I want to get done first. But basically, no changes in the mine aside from our new guest. So that's what I have been doing since the last video, and what I'm planning on doing next. First, well, not first, but at some point, I do want to build a nice little smithy around our smelting setup, which is powered entirely by our lava farm at the moment, which is very useful. Also, I'm going to fill up the other lake with dirt, and I'm thinking of making a decoration there because it's, well, it's not in the middle of my little base, but it's where the middle will probably be. So down here we have the farms and the animals. Yes, our little starting house. Here are the villagers and enchanting, and the storage, which will probably be expanded in the future. So I'll probably be doing the melon and pumpkin farms somewhere around here. So they'll be on the same side as the other farms. And then here I want a kind of a town square or a similar structure that will point out all the directions to me, because for some reason I have things totally upside down in my head. As we can see here, north is over here in the direction of the big house from the house. But whenever I go outside, I keep thinking north is over there, which is exactly the opposite way. So I figure a little decoration would help my directionless head and also look really nice. After that, well, our nether portal really needs some work, and also we have done nothing in the nether aside from getting some quartz, so at least a nice little landing area over there would be a good start. Besides that, well, at some point I'll have to go exploring to get some of the stuff I still need, like jungle and acacia saplings, bamboo, cocoa beans, that kind of stuff. It's going to be a while before I can find those. I think I checked a biome finder and the closest jungle is like 4,000 blocks that way, I think. So it's going to be a bit of a walk, but I'll do that at some point. For now, I'm focusing on getting all the bits and pieces of my little base going. Though, if I get bored with that, I might surprise you with jungle wood in the next episode or something. The only way to find out is to watch the next time. So, that's where we are at the moment here in Sweet 17. Thank you for catching up with me again, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!